Wow, guys, Gavin Newsom gets some pretty scary news after he attacks Trump once again. The community has already turned their back on him, and now the entire United States is about to do so also. This is about to be a crazy video, guys, so tune in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss none of the new videos that I post. Get right to it.
The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have: the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth.
President Trump declaring a national emergency on energy and the move designed to increase production of fossil fuels. Mike Summers is the president of the American Petroleum Institute. A few things happening here. One is what's the practical effect of this? Because you had the Biden team on their way out saying, what's everyone complaining about? We've never been producing more oil than we are today.
Yeah. Dana, American energy was on the ballot and American energy won. And President Trump just yesterday delivered on his promise to return us to energy dominance. These executive orders are exactly what the doctor ordered. We need more energy in this country to supply the needs of the American people, which are only growing. As we see new data centers being built out, we have to win the war on artificial intelligence. We're going to need more and more energy in this country. So what President Trump did yesterday is exactly what America needs right now.
Okay, but
Trump is just quickly adapting to the world changing. He knows the future is going to be technology based. AI is going to be booming, rocking the economies. And he wants us to at least be one of the top people, to at least have a head start in the game. He already said he's going to invest $500 billion into AI was on the list. I can't remember the other two things, but this is just something that America really needs. We need to get the head start on something at least once because we already have been put behind 4 years. We've lost 4 years to the Biden administration, and then we lost a lot of time with Obama's third term. It was just a lot of stuff going on. Americans were lost, and now we finally have a time where we can understand a president for once. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going.
what is the practical effect of that? And how do you respond to the Biden people who are like, why is everyone saying that we weren't drilling? Because they claim that they were.
They weren't.
Well, what the Biden administration did was everywhere they could restrict energy development, they did. On federal lands and in federal waters, just a week ago, they took off 625 million acres offline for American energy development. Fortunately, President Trump just yesterday reversed that order. They tried to restrict development on our waters and in our lands. And what we're going to be able to do now is deliver on that promise of American energy dominance, thanks to these executive orders that were implemented yesterday.
I know that the industry looks for certainty. Here's a little bit more from President Trump last night in the Oval Office.
Before we get to that, that wasn't the only thing Biden did, to try to mess up Trump's presidency before he got in office. He started selling those border wall pieces where Trump got in. And now the companies that they sold it to said they will sell it back to Trump for the exact amount that they were sold it, If they bought it for $1, they're going to sell it back to Trump for $1, just to keep their money. But just because they know that was a little shiesty, petty move that Biden tried to pull. He's like a little kid at this point, throwing a little tantrum. Come on, guys, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep going.
The biggest thing and factor for inflation is energy.
Yep.
They screwed up my energy policy, and then they went back to it. They hurt it really badly, and then they went back to it, and they started drilling more. But by that time, it was too late. We're going to make a lot of money from energy. We have more than anybody else. We're going to make a lot of money from energy.
That's true, of course, for the federal coffers. Do you see some relief for consumers when it comes to new energy policies in the form of bringing down inflation and the cost of things like energy, of course, but also food?
Energy is in everything. Oil and gas is in almost everything that you use every single day. From the makeup you use, to the clothes that you wear, to the microphones that are on our lapels. We are going to need a lot more energy and a lot more oil and gas far into the future. So opening up these resources, both onshore and off, and allowing the regulatory regime to be cut back as well, which is another key focus of these executive orders, is going to be key to our energy future. Because we all know that we're going to need a lot more, and cutting costs is all about more supply here in the United States.
Quickly, Mike, Governor Newsom said yesterday about Trump's executive orders on climate change in terms of withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement. If you don't believe in science, believe your own damn eyes. And of course, he's talking about the wildfires. How do you respond to that?
Why doesn't he believe his own eyes? He's the one that is incompetent to run a state. You know, he screwed his own communities over. He screwed the state over. Millions of people lost millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff just because of him. He wanted to not, kiss the ring. He didn't want to support Trump. Trump said, open up the water gates, give these people some water. But this guy knew about it. Fire hydrants weren't working. He has no excuse for what he did to the state of California. Let's keep going, guys.
Well, the truth of the matter is that the United States leads the world in oil and gas production, but it also leads the world in emissions reduction. We can do both of these things. And the way that we've been able to cut back on our emissions is through new technology. We're going to be focused on cutting emissions regardless of what international treaties we're in or not in. That will be a key focus of the oil and gas industry.
It's just good business anyway. All right. Thank you, Mike.
Just because you guys stuck alone to the end of this video, I'm going to save you something. I'm going to give you a little treat and show you this other video.
As Donald J. Trump was sworn in as America's 47th president.
So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thousands of miles from here.
How are you this morning?
Here in Sacramento, California Attorney General Rob Bonta took the stage at the 43rd annual MLK Jr. March for the Dream. Without mentioning Trump by name, Bonta implied California is ready to fight the new administration.
Make sure that we continue to have our rights, our freedoms, that our democracy is sound, and I commit to you to do everything in my power to stand with you as we do that in the days, months, and years ahead.
If it sounds familiar, it's because it is. California sued the first Trump administration more than 120 times over a myriad of issues from the...
Oh, look, guys, they're trying to sue Trump, and they've already sued Trump, but they're not suing Gavin Newsom, the guy that's really causing havoc and chaos in their state. Let's keep going, man.
Environment to abortion rights to immigration. And speaking of immigration, on this day one of Trump's second presidency, he's already taking action with an executive order he promises will lead to mass deportations of immigrants who are in the country without legal status.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
But during this one-on-one interview, Bonta told me he's ready to sue to stop Trump's immigration-related executive orders right away. Are you prepared to take the Trump administration to court possibly as soon as today?
We are, and we think we will. We're ready to file on an issue that we expect him to take action on, attacking the U.S. Constitution, attacking birthright citizenship, a long established right for Americans. He should expect to see us in court. We're ready to file today. So, as we promised, if he breaks the law, we will act. If he doesn't break the law, there's nothing for us to do.
It comes as Governor Gavin Newsom is convening a special legislative session that, in part, will allocate $25 million in state funding to Bonta's Department of Justice, all to help fund future lawsuits against the Trump administration.
So you're telling me this guy can sit there and come up with that much money, but he doesn't want to come up with money to stop the fires? That's basically all I'm trying to get at, guys, in this video, because the people are going to eventually turn on him once they see he's just like Joe Biden, a guy that smiles and doesn't know what he's talking about and doesn't want to complete anything, doesn't want to do his job, which is one he got elected for. It's outrageous to me, guys, that people like him are getting away with this and people like us are losing belongings, house, schools, cars, everything. We're losing everything because we put our trust in a man like that. Let me know what you guys really think about this video, and if you're from California, still prayers are going out to you guys. Hope you have a speedy recovery. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Wow.